Sam here from Sheridan Computers, and today I've got something hopefully you'll find quite interesting, as I did. And this is especially for those of you that are running OPNsense firewalls. So QFeeds, which is a European cyber threat intelligence provider, now has official integration within OPNsense. And this means that you can pull high quality, curated threat intelligence directly into your firewall with just a few clicks. So in this video, I'll explain what QFeeds actually is, why it matters, and how it compares to the usual free feeds that people tend to rely on. And of course, I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up and test it inside OPNsense.
Sheridan Computers, IT, Communications, Support.
So what exactly is QFeeds? Well, in simple terms, QFeeds aggregates cyber threat intelligence. This is things like malicious IPs, domains, botnets, phishing sites, and command and control servers, and it bundles them into a single actionable feed that your firewall can use to block these threats before they reach your network. So they pull information from over 2,500 different sources, and that's commercial feeds, premium threat intel feeds, as well as open source feeds as well. And all of that data then gets cleaned, deduplicated, curated, and then pushed out in near real time. Now, if you're used to free threat feeds, this is a bit different. Instead of giving you massive lists that might be outdated or full of false positives, QFeeds focuses on relevance, accuracy, and freshness. So essentially, quality over quantity. So why does this matter for you as an OPNsense user? Well, high-quality threat feed doesn't just block random noise. It blocks genuinely dangerous activity. And as I mentioned, QFeeds focuses on things like phishing infrastructure, botnets and C2 servers, dark web sourced indicators, actually active threats that are currently in the wild at the moment. And because this data is curated, you're far less likely to hit a false positive. And if you do come across one, you can report it and QFeeds will action it, and this is usually within 24 hours. Now, obviously, another benefit is compliance. If you're running OPNsense in a business environment, threat intel feeds like this can help support frameworks such as NIST2, DORA, ISO 27001, GDPR, and PCI DSS. Now, one thing that I do like is the update frequency. Threats can change quickly and sometimes within minutes, and QFeeds updates its intelligence every 20 minutes. So you're getting near real-time coverage. This is significantly faster than many of the free lists that people tend to use and rely on, which might only update once or twice per day. So who's it for? Who can actually use QFeeds? Well, that's pretty much anyone with a next-generation firewall that supports third-party threat intelligence. It works with Fortinet, Sophos, Cisco, Checkpoint, and now officially OPNsense. So if you're a home lab user wanting stronger protection, or a business trying to reduce attack surface and network noise, or even a managed service provider such as myself managing multiple sites, then QFeeds can slot straight into your stack. Now let's take a look at how this works directly inside OPNsense. So the team behind QFeeds have worked directly with the CISO, and there's now an official plugin that integrates with the feed natively. This makes the setup extremely easy. There's no manual scripts, there's no external scrapers, and there's no messy alias management. So the official OPNsense documentation is great. So we're going to be following the official documentation from the CISO. So the QFeeds connector. And now it does note that in order to use QFeeds, a free or paid subscription is required. So please visit qfeeds.com/OPNsense for more information and to sign up for access. The differences between available service offerings and extensive documentation is available there as well. So we're just going to follow the installation. So we need to go to System, Firmware, Plugins, and search for the OS QFeeds connector. And then go to Security, QFeeds Connect to configure the service. So let's do that. So go to System, Firmware, Plugins, and then we want to search for OS QFeeds. So this one, and we're going to hit Install. Installation out of date, so we need to do an update. We do that real quick. So updates, check for updates. Okay, let's do that again. So plugins, QFeeds connector, install. Okay, so that's done. So we need to refresh the UI by the looks of things. Yep. So refresh the UI, and now we've got security, QFeeds connect. So we go to settings. So we need to put in our API key. So let me do that. Go ahead, log in. We want tip login. I'm going to go to, you can manage API keys. I have one generated here. I'm not going to use the premium one. I'm just going to use the free one for now. Paste it into OPNsense. So we've got the API key. We've got this register domain feeds. So use domain feeds in unbound DNS block lists. Require block lists to be enabled in order to have effect. So we'll do that anyway. So that's done. So now we can see our feeds. So let's go back to the instructions and see what we need to do next. So install through system firmware plugins, activate the plugin. So you need to put your API key in, which we've just done. There's a link here, so I'll leave the link to this documentation below. We've done all this. Right, so firewall setup. We have two options. From the LAN, and that's going to block any traffic going towards the domains listed at QFeeds, and from the WAN, and this is going to block any traffic coming from them to you. So let's go ahead and look at this. Switch back to this. I want to go to firewall, rules, LAN. We're going to add the new rule here. We're going to add the new rule here. We're going to add new rule. We want to block from the LAN in, so we're blocking any traffic from our LAN into the firewall. We want both IPv4 and IPv6. Now the source we're just going to leave to any, but the destination, this is what we need to set to our queue feeds, which is here. And then, so we're blocking any traffic coming in from the LAN that's destined for these IP addresses, and we want to do the same on the WAN. So again, I'm going to do add block from a WAN, direction in, IPv4 and IPv6. But the source this time, not the destination, needs to be the QFeeds malware IP, block malicious domains in, and that's it. It's pretty much that easy to set up. But for most users, you're going to want to block traffic coming in with a destination of QFeeds malware IP. Now, if you're running services on your WAN, then obviously this is where this is beneficial. So you can block traffic coming from the QFeeds malware IP. And if we go to log files and live view, you should be able to see blocked hosts in that list. There's no point in me doing it because this is behind CGNAT, so I won't see anything. You're probably curious about the pricing, so I have just pulled it up. The free version, the data is delayed by 7 days. The QFeeds Plus, data is delayed by 4 hours. And then the updates every 20 minutes is a QFeeds Premium. So these prices at €99 and €249. These are yearly, not monthly. So it's not that much of an expensive service. One of the biggest advantages here is that QFeeds reduces noise, and lots of people run huge, uncurated block lists that include dead IPs, miscategorized hosts, or things that just haven't been threats for years. That creates a lot of bloat and slows down your rule processing. QFeeds takes the opposite approach. Fewer but higher quality indicators of compromise, so cleaner data and fewer false positives and better precision. This is ultimately more useful for networks, of course. So to summarise, QFeeds aggregates intel from over 2,500 curated sources. It focuses on accuracy and real-world active threats, and it updates up to every 20 minutes, obviously depending on your subscription level. And now it integrates officially with OPNsense via a plugin. And as you've seen in this video, setup takes just a few minutes, and it provides enterprise-grade threat intelligence without actually needing enterprise hardware. If you'd like me to explore QFeeds more deeply, maybe compare it to free feeds or test it in a real-world environment, or benchmark how much traffic that it does actually block, let me know down in the comments. If you found this helpful, give the video a like and subscribe for more OPNsense and security tutorials. As always, if you need OPNsense consulting, head across to SheridanComputers.com and I'll see you in the next one.